This concept of zero tolerance originated in the 1980s during the war on drugs, a means to developing new drug laws and policies by both federal and state governments with intention to address the growing drug problem in the U.S. The overwhelming increase in crime and drugs and the consequent increase in juvenile arrests for such crimes led society to believe that young people were dangerous and that zero tolerance policies were necessary for protection of other students and teachers in school. Zero tolerance policies were designed to regulate disruptive or violent behavior with policies that implement consistent and harsh punishment, usually suspension or expulsion. These policies mandate a predetermined consequence that are to be applied regardless of circumstance or situational context, an assumption that by punishing and removing students, it would deter others from disruptive behavior and improve the learning environment. Although there is no doubt that safety in schools should be top priority, zero tolerance policies' flaws outweigh the benefits. The removing of students through suspension or expulsion predicts higher future rates of misbehavior among that student. By disrupting a student's learning and excusing them from their education for a long period of time, there's a greater chance of them dropping out of school altogether. Once a student is out of the educational system, they no longer benefit from the daily structure, supervision, and opportunity to learn moral and ethical lessons in class, and are more likely to end up in the justice system. With this indirect or direct divergence from the education system via zero tolerance policies within the past decade, there has been a growing convergence between the educational system and the legal system. This is known as the school-to-prison pipeline. By overzealously punishing students, often of color, and removing them from the mainstream educational environment funnels them onto a one-way path towards prison. The increased policing among students by school resource officers, or SROs, who are sworn officers of the law, create a criminalized school setting. These strong school security measures create an unwelcoming environment similar to that of a correctional facility, in which there are frequent full-body and bag searches, metal detectors, and being targeted by intense scrutiny from security guards. By over-policing and harshly punishing students, often for small infractions, deter students from wanting to come to school and increase the desire to drop out, thus increasing their opportunity to commit crime and more risk for criminal behavior, leading them straight to prison. While zero tolerance policies' original intention were to keep schools, teachers, and students safe, they have strayed too far from their original intent to justify the continuation of implementation without reformation. Instead of zero tolerance, therefore no consideration of circumstance when disciplining, schools should implement a more flexible approach to discipline for students. There needs to be different levels of punishment for the array of different infractions, big and small. It is time to create and implement more effective policy, practice, and research that can both keep schools safe and preserve the opportunity to learn and continue education for students.